Hello there, all you friends, true believers, and newcomers alike. Superfly Comics Guy here, and today we are continuing our Captain America by Ed Brubaker Omnibus series. That's right, we've already taken a look at Captain America Volume 1 by Ed Brubaker, and we've also taken a look at The Death of Captain America. So today, we've got Captain America Lives Omnibus. We'll be taking a look at the cover, the spine, the contents collected, the build quality, and of course a flip through where I can share some of my own thoughts, opinions, and recommendations. And remember to stick around to the very end because today we announce the winner of the 500 subscriber giveaway that we ran last time. But if you enjoy the video, you know how to show it. And feel free to leave your thoughts down below as always, but with that out of the way, it's time to dive into this star-spangled thriller. Okay everybody, so we're starting off here with the standard cover to this omnibus, a freaking awesome piece by Alex Ross. This is how you do a dynamic cover. Captain America there throwing his shield straight at your face. You got Falcon swinging in, Red Skull in the background, Black Widow, this guy, what's his name? Union Jack, I think. Nick Fury there too, Sharon Carter. Really great stuff. But yeah, there you go. Captain America Lives, which is honestly kind of a stupid naming scheme they went with. I really like, they named Volume 2 Death of Captain America, and then Volume 3 here is Captain America Lives. Really strange choice. Honestly, they should have just combined Volume 2 and 3 and called it something like Legacy of Captain America or something like that. I think that would have worked better and not been so spoiler heavy in the title, but hey, what do I know, right? Here we have your cover gallery that you'll find in this omnibus. Speaking of which, those are Captain America 43 through 50, 600 to 601, Captain America Reborn 1 through 6, and the Reborn prologue. This is all written by Ed Brubaker. You got a cover price of 75 US, 95 Canadian. Let me flip this sucker over, show you under the dust jacket. And there we are. Did you notice a difference? Probably not much, right? Because this is the same cover, just without the text, but still looks super cool, obviously. There is the spine, and you'll notice I didn't talk about the direct market cover for this book because you get it here on the back. So yes, this is the direct market cover by John Cassaday, who's usually a pretty good artist, I think, but I don't like this cover at all, especially with the way he draws Captain America, or has a tendency to draw Captain America with the armor scales that end up looking more like feathers. It's like, I don't know, am I looking at Captain America or am I looking at Captain Blue Jay?
Here, bird. Here, this will help you fly. You bird.
But yeah, that's that. Let's flip this over and start diving into the book. All right, guys, here we are with the flip through, which I'm actually going to keep pretty short because, as you saw from the spine, this is a very, very short omnibus. But you do get a sort of contents page here, which is pretty helpful to plan out your reading if you want to do that. But as I mentioned at the beginning, definitely check out my previous 2 reviews that I've done so far. That is Captain America Volume 1 by Ed Brubaker, and then The Death of Captain America, if you're curious about this series, because I definitely think you should read those 2 volumes first, because this carries right on from that. And I'm going to have to talk about a little bit of details from those previous 2 volumes as we discuss this volume here. Again, I just think the naming scheme is so weird that they chose for Volume 2 and Volume 3, but I kind of get it. They want to make it more marketable. It is cool to see sort of Marvel's confidence evolve, though, because, you know, they went for the very marketable Death of Captain America title and Captain America Lives title. But then you look at something like the Peter David Hulk Omnis, and they numbered those properly. They just named them Volume 1 up to Volume 5 and just made it nice and easy for readers to jump into. But anyway, let's talk about the book at hand here. Now, many people will probably tell you that Brubaker's Captain America is the best run on the character. Now, I can't comment much on that front because these are the only Cap comics that I've ever read, but I can tell you that this is damn good. everything you loved about the first 2 volumes, whether that be the suspense, the mystery, the twists, the espionage action, that is all still here. But this Omni is more so the big event, the big payoff after the buildup of those first 2 Omnis. And it's really cool because as the readers, now I'm touching on the second volume is called Death of Captain America. So yes, Captain America dies. I don't know how else to dance around that. But as the readers, we know who killed Cap. But that, according to the title of this omnibus, Cap is supposedly coming back. But how? That's the question. What happened to him? Who's behind it all? That's what we want to find out. And that's what you're building up to in this omnibus. It all builds up to this crazy climax, which actually has a really, really neat sort of subversion of your expectations, or maybe reversal of your expectations is a better way to put it. And I can't go into further detail without spoiling things. But yeah, it definitely really, really good. I danced around who picked up the mantle of Captain America, but I'm going to talk about that now. Again, that's not a spoiler. You will find out the moment you open this omnibus. The first few pages, you will know who is the new, quote-unquote, Captain America. And it's Bucky Barnes, formerly the Winter Soldier. So we're chronicling here Bucky's time as Captain America. And I gotta say, I love the sort of modern, updated suit that he has. The red and black, the sort of more armored look. Really, really cool. But yeah, Bucky is taking up the role of Captain America right now. And, at first he's really unsure of himself, struggling with the notion of, is he the right person for this? But in this, you sort of see him grow more into that role and become more confident. So it's really cool to see that development. But you also get great supporting characters who get him there. Characters like Sharon Carter, who I've mentioned, is awesome. Handled so well in this series, way better than in the MCU. Falcon, obviously, Black Widow you saw. Tony Stark, who is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at this time, really, really great. Now, the art. I mean, what else can I say? Look at it. It's incredible. You have artists such as Steve Epting, Luke Ross, Butch Guice, among other very, very talented people. Brian Hitch, Gene Colan, all lend their pencils to this series. But it's so good. I mean, look at it. Many people probably don't think of the word gritty when they think of Captain America. But look at this. It works. They really make it work. If you liked Captain America's MCU movies, then I'd say this is more than likely up your alley. But that's really all I want to say about the story of this omnibus, because it's so short and so much of it hinges upon you unraveling this sort of mystery, this conspiracy that's at the heart of all the events of really the previous 2 omnibuses. So take my word on that, but we can take a look at some extras here. So some extras that you get in here. You have this blurb here by Joe Simon talking about some of the backstory behind the creation of Captain America. Some goofy stuff here. And then you just get a lot of variants. So you got some here by Sal Buscema, Lee Bermeo. Really, really great. Marko Djurdjevic. Love his work. Super great. There's that variant by Alex Ross, which serves as the standard cover. Joe Quesada. Really, really just great variants in here. And there's John Cassaday. I mean, I like his artwork usually for the most part, but I can't vibe with his cap. It's those weird feathery looking armor bits that just doesn't work for me. There's Tim Sale. Really, really great. But that's pretty much it for your extras, except for this at the end, where they do a sort of anniversary style cover gallery here, where they show every single issue of Captain America leading up to, what is it, issue 600, I think? Yeah, looks like it. But that's it for your extras. Now to talk a little bit about the build quality, you have 560 pages in this omnibus, so very, very small as far as omnis go. As a result, you can see we have a pretty small eye, and that's really as good as it's going to get for an omni this small. So you don't really need a big eye. There's not too much gutter loss. What might upset some people is that the pages are pretty thin in this omnibus, so you can see, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but whenever you have lighter colors on the page, it's pretty easy to see through the pages. But when they're darker, it's generally pretty okay, so it's kind of up and down. The book lays over pretty well. I do remember there's quite a few spread pages in this series, but you can see here, oftentimes when you're not dealing with a spread page, you have a little bit of buffered white space, so you're not losing too much artwork. Let's flip a little bit closer to the beginning here. And you can see it doesn't lay over the best. It does kind of try to prop itself up a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. You can still see most of the artwork. But that pretty much takes us to the end of the review. I know it was short, but the book itself is really short, and I just don't want to give too much away. But really, it is just more of those first two omnibus volumes in this series, so definitely check out my reviews of those two if you haven't already, if you want me to sort of talk more about the story in here. I don't think this is the best volume of those three. I'd say this is more so on par with the first one, the first volume, and I think the second volume is probably still my favorite so far. But as I said, if you like those volumes, I strongly believe you'll like this too. Or if you're somebody who's more familiar with the movies, say, and you're kind of worried about getting into comics, I'll tell you, Captain America's Ed Brubaker is a very, very easy series to get into. But that also goes the other way. If you weren't a fan of the first two volumes, then I don't think this book will change your mind. But now, before you go, I did mention I would be announcing the winner of the 500 subscriber giveaway that we ran last time on the channel. And if you were there, you will know I asked the question, what was Superfly Comics Guy's first omnibus, and in which year did he get it? And let me tell you, you guys moved very, very quickly. There were lots of answers coming in. Some people were guessing Ultimate Spider-Man. I think I even saw Star Wars as a guess at one point. Yeah, that would be the day. Some people were guessing 2017 as the year, or 2022. But eventually, the correct answer did appear. And when it did, it was actually pretty funny to see people start to edit their answers afterwards, which made it a little bit tricky to keep track of. We'll probably have to update the rules if I ever do a giveaway in the future. But the answer I was looking for was the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 in the year 2018. And to be fair, many people got this right. It was a very close race. We're talking a difference of just a matter of a couple minutes that determined the winner. But the first person who got both parts of the question correct, and who is therefore the winner of the giveaway, is Paul Peterson. Congratulations, Paul, for flexing your knowledge of the channel. So all that's left for you to do is to claim your prize. So to do that, all you have to do is just email superflycomicsguy, that's all one word, all lowercase, at gmail.com. So superflycomicsguy at gmail.com with the subject line 500 giveaway. And you just have to let me know which gift card prize you would prefer, whether that's in-stock trades, organic priced books, and since I believe you're in Canada, you also have the option of indigo.ca or amazon.ca, and I will send your prize to that email address. Everybody else, thank you so much for participating. It was really cool to actually interact with some of you live in the chat, even though it was pretty brief. But I do hope you had fun. But otherwise, that's been my review of the Captain America Lives Omnibus. Let me know what you thought about the book, the whole series. Do you have a favorite volume in Captain America's Ed Brubaker series? Do you have a favorite Captain America run? You let me know down below, but otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to catch you in another video real soon. So you have yourself a great day. I've been Superfly Comics Guy, and until next time, you keep reading. Bye-bye, guys.